Story 1. My fiancé found out my ex had a whole baby, and then another woman showed up. I, 27F, was engaged to David for almost 3 years. To everybody else, he was perfect. Soft-spoken, bought flowers every Friday, always posting me online like I was his dream girl. 2 months before our wedding, I got a random DM from a woman named Kayla saying, "How long have you been with David?" I thought she was some bitter ex until she sent me photos of her 4-year-old son, who had David's exact face. Same eyes, same smile, same dimple. I confronted him, and he swore it was an old situation, said he'd only found out about the kid recently and didn't know how to tell me. I stupidly believed him. Then wedding week came. At my bridal shower, another woman showed up holding a toddler and asked, "Is David here?" He hasn't sent child support in months. Turns out he had 2 hidden kids with 2 different women. But wait, it gets worse. While trying to untangle all his lies, I found out he had also been secretly flying to another state every month to visit a woman he introduced to everyone there as his wife. That woman had no clue I existed. This man had me, the fiancé, his wife, in another state, 2 baby mothers, and was actively talking to women on dating apps. The wedding got cancelled that same day. His mom begged me not to embarrass the family. Baby, he embarrassed himself. Story 2. Christian gave me a promise ring while building a whole second family. I dated Christian for 4 years. He always talked about marriage but somehow had excuse after excuse. We need to save more. Let's wait until I'm promoted. Last Christmas, he gave me a promise ring and cried, saying I was his future. 3 weeks later, I borrowed his iPad to watch Netflix. A text popped up. The twins miss their daddy. Are you still coming home tonight? Twins. I opened everything. Christian had been living a double life for over 6 years. He had another woman in the next county over who believed they were engaged. They had 2-year-old twins, and he was splitting his time by telling each of us he worked overnight shifts. The worst part? He had introduced me to his family, but apparently they'd also met her. His sister covered for him. His mom babysat their kids while smiling in my face at family cookouts. When I confronted him, he cried and said, "I loved you both differently." Sir, what? And the final betrayal? I found out he had used money from our joint savings account, money we were saving for a house, to pay the down payment on their apartment. I packed my stuff that night and left the promise ring sitting in the sink disposal. Hit the switch. Best sound I ever heard. Story 3. Rich cheated so much he forgot which lies he told to who. I was with Rich for 2 years. He was flashy, charming, always had money, always knew what to say. The red flags were there. 2 phones. Weird late night, business meetings. Refusing to let me post him. One night he accidentally sent me a Cash App screenshot meant for another woman. I confronted him, and he claimed she was his cousin. So I messaged her. That cousin turned out to be his girlfriend of 8 years. While we were talking, another woman joined the conversation because she recognized his photo. Then another. By the end of the week, there were 5 of us in a group chat. Here's what we discovered. Rich had a girlfriend of 8 years. Me, a woman he was engaged to. Another woman pregnant with his baby. A long-distance relationship in another state. He had everyone believing some version of the same sob story about his toxic ex, and how he'd never been loved right. The pregnant girlfriend dropped the biggest bomb. He had secretly fathered 2 other kids years earlier and had no contact with either. And he was recycling gifts. The necklace he gave me for my birthday? The fiancé had the exact same one in silver. We all confronted him together on video call. This clown really said, "Y'all are overreacting." The pregnant girlfriend hung up and mailed his entire sneaker collection to random donation bins. Honestly, iconic. And that's today's dose of chaos from Tea and Toxic Confessions. These serial cheaters really thought they could juggle secret kids, hidden relationships, and non-stop lies without it all crashing down. But one thing about the truth, it always finds its way out. If these stories had you shook, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Tea and Toxic Confessions for more messy confessions, relationship drama, and toxic tea you won't believe is real. Drop a comment below. Which story was the most outrageous, David, Christian, or Rich? Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and keep your eyes open, because the red flags always show eventually. Hot beverage location flag.